What's good, collective? How is everybody doing? Hope you are doing well. All right, we're going to get into some energies and see what Spirit wants to say, what Spirit wants to bring some clarity to, some confirmation, all of that good stuff. Remember that the reading can be past, present, or future energy, okay? And energy can change at the drop of a dime. So please take it how it reverberates. All right? And don't shoot the messenger. Okay, I'm just here to get a message. It's not personal. Okay, stay out my comments with your personalities and everything. Um, with your personals, not your personality, but with your personal feelings and whatnot, and all in your chest about whatever comes out. Because I literally don't know you personally, and I don't know what's about to be said. Okay, I welcome all of my subscribers, my viewers, my returning Soul Tribe, Starseed family, gang. What's up, y'all? I hope y'all doing well. And to all of my first time viewers, I hope you're doing well. Welcome in. All right, Spirit, what's going on in the universal soul? What does the collective need to know? Tell me where to go. Mm. We have Crone energy. Ooh, wisdom experience. Okay. All right. Feminine energy showing up here. Feminine energy showing up here. Youth, youthfulness that is wise. I love it. Tell us more. What is this? Crone energy. There's some wisdom coming in for someone. You could be young in chronological age. The villain, the shadow self, chaos. Wow, is this not a polarity? Is she new too? No, she ain't new. I'm gonna try to put the card over her nudarities. Okay, that's a polarity. I could be talking to a dark feminine, a true dark feminine, not one of them manipulative ones, them toxic ones that like to hide behind dark femininity, but a true dark feminine. Okay, there could be something very seductive about you. There's a youthfulness, but also a wisdom that comes with you. All right, and so that is seductive. That is seductive. Tell us more, Spirit. Tell us more. Tell me when to stop. Gratitude. Yeah, the Nine of Swords in reverse. This is a spiritual gift that you have, okay? This is a spiritual ability, all right? There's a wisdom that comes with someone in the collective. We have the reverse Six of Pentacles. You may not know this yet. You may not know that you have this dark feminine quality about you. You may be discovering it now, okay? As a crone energy, the young aspect, the younger aspect of the feminine energy, the triple headed goddess, that crone energy, that youthfulness, right? So you could be chronologically young, stepping into this dark feminine energy. Now, you could be seen as a villain because you know who to give to, how to give, how much to give, how who not to give to, when to give, when not to give it. And so on the outside looking in, someone could be upset because you're no longer giving. Now you could have a seductive nature about you that brings about transformation. It really is up to the person who experiences you to allow that transformation um to come forth within them, okay? A lot of times because you are a woman, you're going to have particularly masculine energy that's going to want to try to lock you down. But that's because you're a woman, right? That's because in body you are a woman, and the world has conditioned a lot of masculine minds to see a woman, lock it down. See something I want in a woman, lock her down. But your spiritual essence is what's leading you. And so it could be someone. Ooh, reverse Ace of Cups. I can't make it up and won't make it up because I don't have to. Reverse Ace of Cups. So there could be someone whom you're not giving to. It could be someone that you know that it's time for you to stop giving to. You could know that it is time to stop giving to someone, and that in you doing so, you are further going to help them transform. And the reason why I say that is because she has the serpent that is wrapped around her. So you're a goddess of transformation. I like it. Now, the receiver doesn't always like it, but if you've ever actually, experienced a true dark feminine, right? Um, if you've ever experienced that energy and use the energy to transform despite how upset you may have been when she decided to no longer give to you. If you've ever experienced it and you used it correctly, then you will know exactly what I mean when I say I like it, because the transformation that comes through meeting a true dark feminine is a beautiful transformation. Now, when it first happens, it don't feel good, but at the end of it, if you make the choice to utilize it, it's amazing. It's amazing. We have the Three of Cups. Someone is sitting in this crone, seductive, dark feminine energy that is bringing about a transformation, but you're bringing it about because spiritually you are aware that it's time to stop giving to someone. Okay? It's time to stop giving. You are one who don't allow people to overindulge in you. And see, this is the beautiful part about tapping into the dark feminine energy that is not coming from toxicity or a person's trauma, right? That's toxic femininity. That's different. Okay. That's totally different. Now, the reason why I say spiritually is because the Nine of Swords in reverse is about spiritual gifts. All right. It's about tapping into and being okay and embracing your intuition, your psychic ability, your clairs, being very drawn to those spiritual gifts, okay, and utilizing them. Now I see somebody operating in this energy. Tell me about this individual. Even though this individual is not here, I can feel their energy here. They're not here on the board yet, but I can feel their energy. Tell me more. What's going on? Who is this that the dark feminine has decided to no longer give to? Who is this? Oh, wow. We have a reverse manifestation. We have a star seed. And we have a commitment. Tell me about the reverse manifestation, please. Judgment. Yeah, see, I feel like there's someone in the collective who is operating in this energy. Wow. This is powerful, actually. I know someone I can already predict that, I'm gonna put it like this. Who this reading is for is going to understand what I'm saying energetically, not just language, not just like the words I'm using and what I'm explaining, but the energy. Okay, so you made a judgment call. I think you made a judgment call because you saw that if you let someone overindulge in your energy, they will not step into this star seed energy. I feel like you're making the decision to no longer give to an individual because you know that it is time for them to commit themselves to this star quality that they have, right? So it's almost like you're holding back now. You're making the judgment call on possibly a love connection with the reverse ace of cups, and no longer sharing that energy, not because you don't love them, but really it is out of love that you are not. I'm talking to somebody who understands the operation of love at a higher level, at its highest frequency. You're utilizing that higher frequency of love to make a judgment call to no longer show up to someone so they can commit themselves to their own star. so they can commit themselves to their own transformation. They can commit themselves to their own journey. Tell me more. The Eight of Swords. It is creating some inner turmoil in this individual. It is create, but that's what it's supposed to do. That's literally what it's supposed to do. Again, if you've been on the receiving end, it doesn't feel good. Nobody said it was going to feel good, but it's going to be good for you, because that's what a dark feminine does. She guides you into transformation. Tell me when to stop, Spirit. Mr. Regretful, or Miss, does that say Miss Regretful? Okay. Miss Regretful often looks out the window with a sigh. If only I had done things differently, she whispers while shaking her head. You could be causing somebody to be in a little bit of regret, all right? To be in a whole lot of regret. You could be the individual that have come across a dark feminine and you are in regret. You feel like you should have done things differently. Mr. Panic. Mr. Panic runs around waving his arm. What do I do? What do I do? He says so fast you can't even understand him. So somebody is in regret and somebody is also panicking. Yeah. So they're caught in the throes of what it's like to experience a true dark feminine energy. What is going to be the outcome of this individual? Because, see, again, this is where will comes in and choice, to allow yourself to see what the dark feminine is showing you in that mirror she's holding. Okay? If you allow yourself to see what she's showing you in the mirror, because there's a wisdom that is kind of otherworldly as it relates to dark feminines. Okay, there's a wisdom that's otherworldly. Tell us more, Spirit. Let's get a little information about kind of the background, the backdrop in this connection here. You can come if you just don't talk, then that helps, because then they gonna catch you on the microphone. But you can come in. Is that mine? Yeah. Sorry. Okay, so we have released expectations. Let go of expectations and allow things to unfold naturally. Okay. Tell us more. What's going on in the background in this connection? Crossing paths. A destined encounter is about to happen between you and someone. So the connection was definitely faded. All right. The connection was definitely faded. Things unflowed naturally as when y'all crossed paths. It was like a natural connection. Um, that's part of the je ne sais quoi of a true dark feminine, though. Almost everybody that crosses her path is going to be allured by her energy. Building differences. Cultural differences bring both challenge and growth. There could have been a cultural difference between the two of you. Tell me more. Silent resentment. Unexpressed feelings of dissatisfaction are simmering beneath the surface. What is this resentment about? I feel like there's a hard truth here. So I'm going to pull from the hard truth deck. Bad influence. Okay. Now, take it how it reverberates. If you're the dark feminine, you could be knowing that someone may resent you at this current time because they're looking at you like a bad influence. Okay, someone is having a negative influence on your life. But that's kind of comes with the territory, right? Eventually, hopefully, when they look in the mirror, it will allow them to go within, and possibly that resentment will ease up because they will see the fatedness, the destined energy behind them meeting you. If you are the person who met a dark feminine and you're holding this resentment, you're holding it because you think this individual was a bad influence, that they've influenced you or put you in regret, or they put you in remorse. They're no longer giving you. You may even feel love bombed a little bit. The whole point, though, is to look in the mirror. Okay, look in the mirror and see what it is you can see about yourself, what it is this dark feminine was trying to show you about you, but not in a forced forceful way. Maybe this is spirit saying to someone in the collective that you're in a process, and at the end of this process you're going to see where there was a need to commit to your own star, commit to your own divinity, commit to your own light. And you may also see that this is why this dark feminine actually came across your path, okay? To hold this mirror to you, okay? To hold this mirror to you. Um Give me a hard truth. I feel more like I'm talking to someone who possibly came across a dark feminine, okay? But again, take it how it reverberates. Entitlement. And this may be the hard truth, that you may operate with a certain level of entitlement as it relates to women, as it relates to feminine energy, because there are some women who have a sense of entitlement. Um, as it relates to men as well, right? So take it how it reverberates, but it feels like what she's trying to show you, this individual who showed up in this dark feminine energy, is that there may be a sense of entitlement that you need to uncover, that you need to have revealed to you. Okay, this could also be with this commitment card, that you expected somebody was going to want to make a commitment to you, and then that commitment did not manifest. Dark feminines are committed to themselves for the most part, even if they are in a monogamous looking relationship. There's they still got this part of them that's like, I'm only with you because I want to be type individual, like situation. I'm only with you because I'm with you because I want to be. I'm not with you because I feel entitled to, or I'm okay with you feeling entitled to me. They're not traditional thinking. So if you are a traditional person and you came across a dark feminine, this manifestation of this commitment, you felt like this was your person. This is the star card. It didn't manifest. You felt like this was your person, and you felt like this individual was going to want to commit to you the way you wanted to commit to them. You may even felt entitled to it. Again, you could be a male, because that's kind of what I'm picking up. You could be a male, all right, and maybe a little self entitled as it relates to the way a lot of men have been kind of groomed to think women are just supposed to bow down, like women are supposed to always be available to them. And if I want her, she must want me type energy. If I want her, then she's gonna want me. I hear it all the time in some tarot readings, where some tarot readers will talk about how there's a masculine on the other side of town, a man, and he has decided that you are his person, and he wants to come towards you, and he wants to put a ring on it, and he's leaving where he is to come to you. And it's like the tarot readers are again upholding the narrative that it's all in the man's decision. Well, he could bring his ass over here, but that doesn't have anything to do with whether I'm going to reciprocate. And so there's sometimes even an imbalance in the way it's projected. The feminine energy doesn't have to reciprocate. Neither does the masculine. But again, society have a lot of men thinking that if I want her, she's going to want me back, right? Like there's this entitlement, you understand, to feminine energy. Okay. And even some women who are male centered will still communicate in the subtlest ways. You gotta kind of watch it. He over there, he say you his person, and he coming over there to you, and you know what I'm saying, you gonna be his woman, and he telling everybody that he gonna marry you. Well, he ain't even asked yet. You see what I'm saying? He hasn't even asked the collective of women that most readers are talking to when they are male centered. He hasn't even asked yet. So why are you giving the reading as if that's supposed to get him some cool points? Because he has made up his mind that she is his person. But has she made up her mind that he is her person? Has she done that? Right? So there's this social entitlement, right? That, hold up, pump brakes. Okay. So this could be what this dark feminine is showing someone. Just because you want me don't mean I have to want you. Just because you want me in a particular way doesn't mean I have to want you in that way. You should release these expectations and receive me as I am. Okay? Receive me as I am. This goes back to my thinking, and I'll just share with you that men and women really need to learn how to allow each other to be. Every man you meet and come into a connection or have a conversation with is not finna be your husband. So are you going to just disvalue them as a human being because he can't be your husband? Are you going to disvalue a whole woman because she can't be your wife or don't want to be your woman? So we have more value than just that. Okay. And if we can't hold space for each other, then pretty much we can continue to be walking around here grumpy, mad because we ain't got nobody. But you already had 15 somebodies and you threw them all away. You threw 15 whole human beings away, all because they couldn't fit one role. Make it make sense. Now you ain't got no man or no male friends. Now you ain't got no female, no woman, or no female friends. You just lonely. Because everybody wants to put each other in these little compartments called romance. Romance, that's my man, my man, my man, my man. And everybody else that's not your man, you have no value. You cannot hold space for somebody that's not your man. When there is so many beautiful things about male masculine energy outside of them being your man. There's so many beautiful things about feminine female energy than just her being your woman, your wife. There's so much value, right? So this is about someone's sense of entitlement. The entitlement card says you believe the world owes you something and it's blinding you to the growth that comes from earning it. Figuring it out on your own will always be worthwhile. And lo and behold, this is what this divine feminine showed up for somebody to teach you. Okay? So as much as this star card is about you wanting this to be your person and it not manifesting in a form of a commitment, this is also about her knowing that it's time for her to stop giving, that you needed to learn a lesson and you needed to learn it on your own. To release expectations, to love with an open hand and not a closed fist. You can't just, you can't keep cavemaning. Wife, mine, my woman. My woman. Like, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like, you can't do that. That's not high vibrational. Okay? This entitlement. Tell me more. What is the hard truths? Irresponsible, dreading the responsibilities that come with achievement is sabotaging your progress. Confront your fear and start welcoming the potential for success. It's irresponsible to approach feminine energy as a caveman. It's irresponsible to just be entitled. She is gracing you with her presence, male or female, right? Especially when you're dealing with someone who's a true feminine. You know, ancient history. See, this is going back to this is someone being introduced to a feminine energy to help you remember how to relate to powerful feminine energy. Now, if you want to go out and do the caveman thing, you may can do that to some woman who hasn't quite claimed her feminine energy, right? You can do that to a woman who still needs to be healed, and so she operates in a certain desperation. But when you are dealing with feminine energy at any regard, there should be a certain grace that you move into her presence in her life in, a certain gentility, not clubbing her over the head and dragging her into your home like a caveman. Okay? That is the energy I feel like this dark feminine that you have run across is going to help you shed if you just let it be and let it go. Okay, when the serpent is ready to grow new skin, it has to first come out of the skin that it's in. Okay, or when it's grown new skin, it then has to shed the old skin. So you might feel panicked. So what's this panic? How is the collective showing up in this panic? Because this might be having you chasing, chasing, when the objective is not to chase. How is this panic showing up in the collective? We have the reverse Queen of Pentacles, a shallow or self centered partner, an unreliable business partner, jealousy or envy among colleagues, poor money management, hoarding, or stinginess. Okay, so it's causing you to have a misunderstanding about why you met this person and the energy of this person. All right. You may be feeling like she is unreliable. You may be showing up in a little bit of jealous energy, or you may just be showing up shallow. With if you are a man, you're in essence still not tapping into your feminine energy. Okay? Because this is the Queen of Pentacles. So your feminine energy is shallow, which means you might be panicking and running behind it. Instability, the Nine of Swords in the upright. Distrust in your partner, regret from past actions, anxiety and paranoia related to work, overwhelming stress, panic about finances, overwhelming worries. So even if you're not actually like doing the most, you internally you're in the polar opposite energy that she is in, because she is in the reverse Nine of Swords. So she is not panicking. She does not feel anxiety. She is not chasing, but that's because she is tapped into her feminine energy. There's an opportunity here, even if you are a male, to tap into yours. Okay? To tap into yours. And in doing so, what will be the outcome, spirit? And this individual, in the collective, finding divine flow. What will be the outcome? Can't make it up. I love it. Self-love. Let the wall fall that separates me from my own vulnerable inner child. I long to take care of myself like never before. There's an opportunity for you to master self-love. Self-love. Loving yourself. Okay? I feel like that's what she has acquired for herself. And because she has acquired that for herself, then she didn't commit to something she didn't want to. She honored herself. And that may have left you feeling a little bit played with. But the lesson then for you would be the polarity of that, which would mean not entitlement, not irresponsible with feminine energy, not your own feminine energy. Don't be irresponsible with your own feminine energy. If you wanted a commitment and someone didn't want that commitment with you, that's okay. We don't have a right to expect that somebody's going to want more because we want more. We don't have that right, right? When you learn to love yourself, you can hold space for what it is that person wants, and you can hold space for what it is you want. And you can appreciate that person in the multiple ways in which they bring value to you and not throw the baby out with the bathwater. You feel me? I hope you can feel me. Liberation. By tapping into your divine flow, you will liberate yourself. The doubts and fears still coming up, you don't believe anymore that they are you. So through self-love, through honoring your feminine energy and embracing your feminine energy, it's okay for you to want to be in a commitment, absolutely. But you have to actually attract that commitment. But the commitment you're not entitled to. If someone shows up to you and they don't want said commitment, then you're still in the manifestation stage. And that's okay. Okay? You just, hey, I holler at you when I holler at you. All right, be good. Keep it. All right, you straight. All right, I see you when I see you. And you know what I mean? And you keep manifesting the commitment you want. Honoring that is what you want, right? But not letting yourself go into a sense of entitlement with every person you meet, or the people you meet that you want it with going to automatically want that with you as well. This divine feminine held her own. She is no longer giving to the connection. All right. I feel like she spiritually knows it's time to stop giving. It was cool when y'all met and crossed each other's paths, but the expectations that started to come, she ain't with all that. So nevertheless, there is liberation here for someone who may need to sit and look in the mirror. Okay? May need to sit and look in the mirror. Plans. Seeing you is a priority for me. I want to make plans with you. Tell me more. Gaslight. I will deliberately manipulate your perception of reality until you are doubting your own experiences and memories. So if you're planning to gaslight this dark feminine, I don't think that's gonna work. Cause she out here with the reverse nine of swords. Yeah, you want to gaslight her into some sort of obligation. which this obligation card says you're a nuisance and I feel obligated to associate with you. So you trying to gaslight, you trying to make plans to communicate from an unhealed place, from an entitlement, from being irresponsible with ancient energy that she holds, right? Is only going to make yourself more of a nuisance to her. Dishonesty. I will withhold information from you for my own benefit. What is this dishonesty? Who is being dishonest? Oh, because she's not obligated. She doesn't see it the way you see it. Mm-mm. And she will see you being you gaslighting. Yeah, she will see you gaslighting as a form of dishonesty as well. We have white magic. What is this? Mm. Okay. Give me one more, because I feel like this could be someone in the collective who came across a dark feminine. You may feel like she lied to you because you thought she was angelic. You thought she was maybe a earth angel. Reverse page of cups. But you can see now that there's clarity here. The reverse page of cups. That something is not love. I feel like this is coming from, you know, um, and I've been there. I really have. So I get it. I get it. Yeah, this is coming from this. I do. Your perception of what she is or is not is coming from because you didn't get what you wanted. But there's healing on the other side of that. But you would have to turn the mirror on you in order to see it. Okay? In order to see it. Because it's really not necessarily true that she's not angelic. It just means that because to be honest, angels and demons, which is what we kind of think about when we think about dark, right? They're really just a polarity of the same being. Okay? Low frequency, high frequency, right? But just because she's in her dark feminine doesn't mean she doesn't have an angelic side. It just means that your entitlement, you're expecting having expectations, you're being irresponsible with her royalty may have put her in her dark feminine. And so then she had to shift, right? She showed up to you. it, this is a divine being, whoever she is. I feel like she operates both in her light and her darkness. But your entitlement will trigger that dark feminine to come up and say, I'm not obligated and you're not entitled to me, when you haven't actually shown me why I should give you a commitment. You thought I was just going to give you a commitment because, is there's a mutual attraction. You thought that I was just going to give you a higher level of commitment because you're a man and I'm a woman. What are you thinking? Because as far as she is concerned, you may not have shown your worth yet to her, but there's an entitlement here, which kind of makes sense, right? um so it may not be that she's not doesn't have a light aspect. It's just that she knows how to go in and out of each one of her aspects as the situation calls for. You showed up entitled and irresponsible. Okay? Hard truths. All right? Again, no judgment, because what I'm saying is ultimately there is a lesson to be learned, as with almost all experiences. that we have in life dealing with people, right? But the allure of a dark feminine, the seduction, the passion that comes with that energy can kind of put you in the clouds, okay? It can put you in the clouds. Yeah. It's a very powerful energy, all right? But ultimately, her task in that dark aspect is to hold the mirror up to you and possibly help you with transformation. Okay? And to see the owl, there's a certain wisdom. It's it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. It is what it is. I feel like if you really kind of sit and allow yourself um to honor yourself and to honor your feminine energy, even if you are a man or a woman, like to honor your feminine energy, to know what it is that you want, and to be okay with the fact that you met somebody who you really liked, but they didn't want that same thing and you're not entitled to it. I think if you allow yourself to see what's in that mirror, you probably will come out and realize how grateful you might have been or you might be for actually crossing her path. Okay? For actually crossing her path. You probably will, but again, that is where that transformative process is up to you. All right? She's done her job. She's done what she did, whether she saw it as a job or not, but she's done what she's done. Um Now it's up to you to say, okay, what can I learn from this? What is she trying to show me? That you might have a sense of entitlement. You might be a little irresponsible with feminine energy. Okay. Take how it reverberates. This message is actually very specific. So if it doesn't reverberate for you, cool with me. You know what I mean? Real cool with me. And if it does, cool with me. All right. All right, fam. I think that is the message. Um, I don't think Spirit wants to say anything more on this one. I love you guys. Thank you so much for tapping in. I hope this message brought someone in the collective clarity, confirmation, reverberation, all of that good stuff. Please don't forget to like, comment, share, and hype it up if you choose to. Okay. If you are a first time viewer, this is your official invite to subscribe. Join the tribe. Come on over here and chill with us a little bit. Catch a vibe. You feel me? It's good energy. It's good energy. Okay. To all of my returning viewers, my soul tribe, Starseed family, you know your girl rock with you tough now. Rock with you tough. I love you. Thank you so much for your support. Um, and if you need a personal reading, all of the information is in the description. Okay, you can jump over to the website through that link and book your reading whenever you are ready, and we'll get it done for you. I love you. I'll see you on the next one. Peace, fam.